You've been too selfless. That's right. The thing that's holding you back might not be a lack of skill. It's the fact that you spent your entire life putting everyone else first and you've got nothing left for yourself. But here's the truth. The people who change their lives, build wealth, and find real fulfillment, they're actually strategically selfish. So in this video, I'm going to break down why being more selfish is not about being more greedy or arrogant. It's about taking back control of your time, your energy, and your career so you can finally start to build the life that you actually want. Since we were kids, we've been told the same story. Be a good person. Don't be selfish. Help others first. And yeah, helping others is important, but that message got twisted. Somewhere along the line, it turned into always say yes, always be available, always sacrifice your goals for someone else's comfort. And that's how people end up at 30, 40, or 50 years old wondering, why am I not further ahead? Why am I exhausted all the time? Why do I feel stuck? Because the truth is, the world doesn't reward selflessness. It rewards value. And you can't create value for others if you're constantly drained, distracted, and resentful. Now, let's be real. If your boss needs something done, you'll work late. If a friend asks you for a favor, you'll drop everything. But when it comes to your dreams, your side hustle, your career change, and even your financial freedom, suddenly there's no time left. That's not noble. That's sabotage. Now, let's flip the narrative. What if being selfish is actually the most selfless thing that you can do? Think about it. When you invest in yourself, learning new skills, building financial independence, protecting your mental energy, you become someone who can actually give more, not less. Imagine two people. Person A says yes to everything. They're constantly helping, constantly tired, constantly broke. And then there's person B. They focus on building their foundation first, their health, their mindset, their wealth. Who do you think can help their family more in the long run? Who can show up stronger, more stable, and more capable? Selfishness, when done right, isn't about taking from others. It's about building yourself up so that you can give from overflow, not from emptiness. And here's the secret. That mindset shift is the foundation of every major change, especially in your career and finances. Let's talk career. If you're unhappy with your job, chances are you've been living someone else's definition of success. Maybe your boss tells you when to show up, when to leave, and how much you're worth. But when you start being selfish, you start asking different questions. What do I want my work to look like? What kind of lifestyle am I optimizing for? And what do I want to learn, build, and create? Not just what do I have to do. When you get selfish about your time, you stop saying yes to every meeting, every side task, every request that doesn't align with your goals. And you start protecting your creative energy. You start treating your career like a business where you're the CEO, just not an employee. And that shift alone changes everything because now every hour that you spend is an investment, not just a transaction. You start developing skills that make you much more valuable on your own terms, skills that can earn you more money, give you more freedom, and just open up new paths that you didn't even know existed. That's what selfish looks like in the real world. It's boundaries, it's focus, it's ownership. Now let's talk about money. Money is emotional. Think about it. If money was just math, no one would technically be in debt because mathematically it's simple. Don't spend more than you earn, save the difference, invest it, and let it grow. But that's not how people actually behave. They spend money to please others. They loan it to friends they know won't pay it back, and they avoid asking for raises or charging with their worth because they don't want to seem greedy. But here's a truth no one talks about. Financial freedom starts with selfishness. You have to be selfish enough to say, I'm going to save this money instead of spending it to impress people that I don't care about. I'm going to invest in myself instead of buying another night out. And I'm going to prioritize building assets, not appearances. Being selfish with your money means understanding that every dollar is a worker. You can either let it go out and make someone else rich, or you can put it to work, building your future. And once you shift into that mindset where your money, time, and energy are sacred, everything starts compounding. Your wealth grows, your confidence grows, your options grow. That's the payoff of a healthy selfishness. So how do you actually become more selfish in a way that's actually healthy and productive? Here's a framework that works. Audit your time. Every week, list out where your hours are going. If most of your time is spent helping others to achieve their goals instead of yours, something is off. Set boundaries and stick to them. Say no more often, not rudely, but firmly, because every yes that you give is always a no to something that matters more. Invest in yourself like it's your job. Courses, coaching, books, health, whatever it is, whatever moves you closer to freedom. If you wouldn't hesitate to spend $300 on a weekend trip, you shouldn't hesitate to spend it on personal growth. Detach from approval. Being selfish means some people won't understand. They'll say that you've changed. That's fine. You're supposed to. Redefine success. Stop chasing what looks good and start chasing what feels right. The goal isn't more money or fame. It's more control. So when you start living this way, people will notice. You'll have more energy, you'll move differently, you'll attract better opportunities, not because you got lucky, but because you finally stopped living on everyone else's terms. And ironically, when you become more selfish, you end up being able to give more because you're not operating from burnout anymore. You're operating from strength. You can help the poor if you're one of them. So you got to get rich and give back because that's the win-win. I'll give someone a high five if you can guess where that's from. So if you feel stuck in your career or your finances, here's your wake-up call. Stop trying to please everyone. Stop saying yes out of guilt. Stop treating your goals like an afterthought. And start being selfish with your time, your focus, and your energy because no one's coming to do it for you. And once you do, you'll start to notice something incredible. Your life starts to compound. Your work gets better, your money grows, and most importantly, you finally start to feel like you're actually in control. Hey, if this message hit home, like and subscribe and share it with someone who could benefit from it. And I want you to remember, selfish isn't bad. It's step one because you can't change the world until you learn how to change yourself first. Thanks for watching.